Hello Redditors, welcome back to Tales Against Humanity. Now, let's get started. In today's episode, I wish I didn't hear that. The Sideways Stylus. Today is a good day. Dollar Chakati, second-level tech support for the German Parliament and its Byzantine bureaucracy. Level up from first-level Hellisk since previous posts on TFTS. Lacks efficiency. Proud of his level 2 GameStop card. Could lose some weight. The weather is sunny with a few white tufts of cloud drifting across the sky. There's a lot to do and even my lazy ass can't help but feel motivated to get some work done. #online Germanthings. Parliament is in session this week, and after being thanked in English for holding the door open by a colored gentleman, my sleep-deprived and under-caffeinated brain deduces that foreign dignitaries mean some sort of high-toned and fancy to-do up at the Reichstag. A suit with a large cardboard sign protesting about something confirms this. I like it when I get to talk in English with people. I'm interrupted by another guy in a suit behind a coffee stand promoting part-time working or something. Delighted, I ask him how much. He says it's free. I love socialism. Today is a good day. Now caffeinated, I continue with a latte in one hand and a fresh keyboard in the other one. Security check later. My need for human touch is satisfied since my hearing aid apparently qualifies as a dangerous metal object, and the walk-through metal detector took offense to that. After several elevator rides and odysseys through long corridors, I find the office I'm looking for. Knock-knock, pleasantries. The broken keyboard is old enough to have both PS/2 and a serial plug, with yellowed plastic and exposed wires peeking out of the loose casing. User says she took it over from her predecessor. Check old keyboard. Plugged in, not detected by PC. Virtual keyboard automatically appears on screen when no keyboard is detected. Not taking any input. Yup, dead. Disconnect old, unpack new. Remove old keyboard. Turn relatively clean-looking old keyboard around. Big mistake. A white snow of you know what trickles out from between the keys. I quickly set it aside. There was enough in there to not just clone, but rebuild the previous user. New keyboard connected and working. Good. User is hard of hearing, so I show my hearing aid and attempt to briefly bond over it. Casual conversation. Alas, autism. It gets awkward quick, so I wish her a good day and grab the gunky keyboard. Making sure to keep it facing up. Walking back, I stop on a bridge and hold the keyboard upside down over the water, attempting to assess whether it needs to be marked as a biohazard. It's really you. However, there's free coffee again. Back at Mother Base, I marked the keyboard with "Gumped, do not turn over," before putting it in the disposal cabinet. I'll have all of next week off. There was free coffee. It's busy, but in a fun way. I got work done. Today is a good day. Have a good day, folks. No government secrets were disclosed on this post, just in case. Now, let's go for story 2. I wish I didn't hear that. After a recent security incident, an audit of the core network was initiated. I stood in front of the server room closest to the department with junior tech. Me. I filled this rack as my first project at this organization. Opening up the first rack, I admired my old work. Every network cable to perfect the length, routed straight to the right-hand side, color-coded with strain relief. Junior tech looked unimpressed. JT, how long ago was that? This stuff looks ancient. Me, see the management cables, all yellow, all the power routed to the left, cable tied nicely. I reminisced while noting down the parts in the rack. My mood improving with the sight of perfect cabling surviving. JT, oft this server could get a car license soon. Me, yeah, most of this stuff is listed as spares/retired. Nothing really to note. Let's move on to the next rack. Junior tech rubbed his hands in anticipation. This rack had doors on it, one of the newer racks recently installed in this room. JT, time to get to the actual servers. Me and Sleepy Tech have been working in this rack the past few months. Me, let's see it. Junior tech opened up the door at the back of rack. Inside was an abomination. Cables everywhere. Me, JT, brilliant. Look at all that green. Most of the lights in the rack were lit green, good, but the cabling looked like candy floss. Sitting right next to my pristine but lifeless rack. Me, why do the cables look like a spider web? This isn't very neat. JT, oh, watch this. It's something your rack could never do! I was busy, looking at the floor of the rack, which had random hard drives with post-it notes of broken ore on them, in between cut cable ties and bolts. Junior tech had run around the front of the rack. He pulled one of the servers forward on its rails. JT, see, it stays connected. Even when you pull it forward, me, when would you ever need to pull it forward and keep it on? Excessive cables at the back on the cabinet did feed forward through the chaos. The server JT had pulled forward remained powered and connected even after he pulled it out. It was almost amazing if it wasn't so frightening. JT, just before you came back, this exact thing came in handy. We had to fit a new 4RU SAN down the bottom here, but the $LL server was in the way, so we moved it up a few slots. Zero downtime, just pull forward and out, move the rails, put it back in. Hated doing audits. Sometimes it's better to not know. Now, let's go for story 3. The sideways stylus. Last year, we purchased a bunch of new laptops for most of our staff. They come with a battery-powered stylus that is recharged when you reinsert it into the laptop. Being a stylus with metal pins, it needs to, and can only be, inserted one way into the laptop. If you try and insert it any other way, it physically will not fit and you're met with an awful lot of resistance. You can see where this story is going. So yesterday someone walked through the door. We'll call her Beryl. She dropped her laptop off because of some issues she was having with displaying an image on a secondary screen. When I looked at it, I saw that the stylus wasn't inserted correctly, so I went to grab it to reinsert it properly. However, it wouldn't budge. There's a small lip on the end of the stylus, so you can pull it out with your fingernail. So I grabbed a flathead screwdriver and tried to pull it out that way, but it still wouldn't budge. In the end, I had to grab a pair of pliers and apply a bunch of force to remove it. Beryl had attempted to reinsert the stylus, thought it wouldn't fit, and so instead of rotating it to see if it'd fit, she pushed so goddamn hard that it put a hairline crack in the base and got the stylus wedged in hard enough that pliers were needed. And when she was quizzed on how it got stuck, she claimed to not know that the stylus even existed, which my boss called bullshit on immediately. I'm at a total loss to explain her thought process behind that. It's a fundamental square peg / round hole thing. I can't post a photo here, but I'll leave one in the comments if anyone wants a chuckle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more interesting stories.